Hello, good afternoon. I'm Dr. Mark Whitaker, and this is a short presentation about the CEM Platform, which is a commodity ecology mobile platform. It's an innovative, mobile accessible platform to effectively manage the world's commodities and reach the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And I am, of course, Dr. Mark Whitaker, the designer of the CEM Platform, and I'm assistant professor at the Department of Technology and Society in Stony Brook University. And there's how the mobile phone is linked to the Sustainable Development Goals. And I will describe this in detail right now. So, this previously was presented at the headquarters of the United Nations in the Secretariat Building. This is also presented in Manila, Philippines at the Asian Development Bank. And I'm Mark Whitaker, of course, at the location I've already told you about. And I truly wanted to find a cheap and easy way for people to manage sustainable production and consumption, which is exactly what the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 12 is about. Thus, for over 20 years, I have been designing and perfecting an easy-to-use, affordable platform that shows people how to use their mobile phones to manage their resources that are vital to their livelihood and to the environment. And it's called the Commodity Ecology Mobile Platform. Compared to other SDG projects and to other sustainability projects, this chart below will help you classify and understand sort of the problem-solving space of the Commodity Ecology Mobile Platform. It's from another article that I took, but the point is not that name, but it's the three spaces of natural resources decision-making. And in the middle, I hope you can see, you can always think about all decisions as having three factors: a geographical factor, social factor, and a temporal dimension. For instance, if I wanted, as a single person, a single decision maker, to plant a tree on one day, that's right in the middle, right? But as we get larger and move towards a larger social decision making, we might have a consultative decision making over 5 years, and for a larger forest holding, as you can see how these three factors grow or shrink depending on the scale of the decision making. What is the CEM Platform's decision making space? Globally, it is globally civic control of decision making processes, as well as eternity for the temporal dimension. So this is designed to be a permanent structure utilizing mobile phone networks for as long as we live in a society based upon mobile phone networks. As a quick introduction, one slide summary of these three levels of the Commodity Ecology Mobile Platform, which is an innovative mobile accessible platform for these SDG goals. The first level is the ecoregional map. We can access all regional knowledge across an ecoregional map. Second factor will be the mobile phones themselves, a network of over 5 billion mobile phones in the world at present. And through that, we can achieve all sustainable development goals with this mobile phone when we link all people to all regions via my contribution called Commodity Ecology, via reaching all material uses. And that is a clean, circular economy everywhere that aids all SDG goals. What is commodity ecology? It is one of the three frameworks in this mobile accessible platform. It is the name for the most complete example of a circular economy because it has 130 categories of sustainable materials discussion and innovation on the left here in this chart. A circular economy is key to sustainability as it all links material waste decision choices and better material choices to minimize pollution to the environment by identifying useful recycled waste back into profitable production in another category of use. In short, there's three frameworks in one in this platform. The CEM Platform incorporates this commodity ecology, two in each and every ecoregion. So plural ecoregions simultaneously around the world can affect and create different circular economies simultaneously as they learn from each other. And three, through the communicative power of the network value of 5 billion mobile phones in the world at present. And there's some details about each of these three levels next. And the first one, of course, is mobile phones. Nearly everybody has a mobile phone. Reaches all individuals at this stage if we build a mobile-based platform, with over 5 billion mobile phones from the year 2019. The second point is the ecoregional map that I showed you before. These maps have been in development since the 1980s, and currently it is estimated there are over 867 ecoregions, each with unique ecological patterns of soil, flora, fauna, and climate. And this is a way to reach local knowledges and worldwide for all ecoregions. The third point is the commodity ecology circular economy diagram or conception, which is my own. And this allows us to reach all material uses via the same circular economy framework of commodity ecology in all regions. And as I said, commodity ecology is the name for the most complete example of a circular economy. To elaborate those 3 points, framework 1, the mobile phone networks, gives everyone instant access. The CEM platform is accessible to all people with a mobile phone. As of 2019, as I said, that's a total network of over 5 billion people. This is more evenly distributed around the world, instead of with a digital divide. Other technologies of communication may have a digital divide, but mobile phone networks for access grants a digital parity or a digital equality and a deep social inclusion. Number 2 is the ecoregional map, as I said, gives us global reach. The CEM platform reaches all 867 different ecoregions through a mobile phone platform. And a sample of the world map of ecoregions is shown right here. And as I said, ecoregions are geographical regions that are characterized by specific ecological patterns, including soil health, flora, fauna, climatic conditions, among other factors. The third framework, which is my own, is highly efficient commodity management using the same rubric around the world in each of those 867 different categories, with 130 commodity uses in each of those 867 regions as the same. An image of this commodity wheel diagram is on the left, and the CEM platform is thus the world's only archive of all sustainable materials. Recently, I received a grant from the Korean Research Foundation to make this the world's only public accessible resource to all sustainable material choices. The recent grant mostly relates to the wheel only, in other words, instead of the platform. The grant is for building this public service content of the platform. And that means I hired a research team to summarize the world's best commodities in 130 categories for sustainable goals. And this is part of the wider CEM platform, of course, recognized by the United Nations and the United Nations Academic Impact as a good as a good model for sustainability. And here's some web links if you're curious about arguments that I made, or they made a nice summary for me at the UN itself for this platform. This is related to my teaching focuses as well. I trained a lot of students in material assessment, also called social life cycle assessment, environmental impact assessment, as well as social impact assessment. Moving on, CEM platform, there's 3 frameworks in one, as I had said. Platform is a quick, easy, and inexpensive way to drive a circular economy of materials and waste flows for all peoples, in all regions, and in all categories of material use. Thus, the CEM platform is a resource for discussing, analyzing, and marketing sustainable material options available, economic development projects and business incubation, profitable waste trading instead of polluting global, regional, or local environments. And just for a background, I'm sure most of you already know, but what are the UN Sustainable Development Goals? In 2015, UN member states agreed by 2030 to achieve all 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And this is an image of those 17 Sustainable Development Goals, from no poverty to no hunger, good health, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, clean energy, good jobs, innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequalities, stable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, it should say, protect the planet, life above water, life on land, peace and justice, and partnership for the goals. However, even though the UN member states did agree by 2030 to achieve all of these sustainable development goals, the world is falling short on achieving those goals. Only a few countries in a recent survey are anywhere near 75 of 100 perfect score, and those countries are the ones like Denmark that have been working on such projects since the 1970s. So we're woefully behind in achieving these sustainable development goals in only one decade. So how do we do this? How do we expedite this expensive project and make it cheaper and more accessible? That's right, we use the CEM platform. The ongoing challenge to SDGs can now be effectively mitigated by the world integrating and adopting the CEM platform across the globe. A priority on SDG 12, I argue, achieves all SDG goals, and the CEM platform does this. The CEM platform's priority on SDG 12, which is encourage sustainable production and consumption, encourages all SDG goals to be achieved. And that's a big claim, and how do I support that? I argue because once a sustainable material arrangement is arranged, it's hard to avoid improvement in all ecoregions by a good example. Equally, it's hard to avoid improvement in all SDGs as a CEM solution for a more equitable participation in a circular economy removes blocks to achieve all other SDGs. It removes the blocks on ethical inclusion and participation that lets us achieve all social SDGs, which is those numbers. It also, the CEM platform removes all the environmental pollutions that block all advancement on the other material SDGs. So that's how the CEM platform helps achieve SDG 12 first, but then in the process allows facilitation of all other SDG goals simultaneously. And this priority encourages all other SDG goals to be achieved. And that's why I think number 12 is really in the center of all the other SDG goals. You might think of it in this analogy as a bowling alley or a bowling pin, and that we're aiming for the front pin, and the front pin is SDG 12, and when we knock down that front pin, we begin to knock down all the other SDG goals and achieve a strike and support all SDGs. How does the CEM platform work? First, you can go to the prototype. The prototype's already available online at commoditywheelsoftlabsgroup.in. Homepage is the ecoregional map of 876 ecoregions. And the users register to participate in particular ecoregions. And I'm logged in right now as Mark Whitaker. And since I am in the Central Korean deciduous forests ecoregion, that is where it locates me on the map. In each ecoregion, there is a commodity wheel, which I've already shown you. And that commodity wheel has the 130 material uses for ongoing posting, debate, and business incubation. There is the wheel, as I described it as the rubric, and here's how it translates into the software. So in each particular ecoregion, users see this wheel of 130 material uses, and the wheel is a click map. You can click on the edges here and go into 130 different categories. Textiles, dyes and colorants, skins, sunscreens, industrial soaps, building materials sections, cookery pot materials, coolants, ambient heat, light, potable liquids, energy, catalyst, mordants, you name it. Everything I've tried to make an exhaustive list of all material social uses. And so if you're looking for good ideas, come to this commodity wheel, come to the CEM platform. Anyway, when a user clicks on the ecoregion, they get that same view of 130 material categories. Yet each region has its unique regional posts per category for easier analysis and decision making exclusively for those people in that particular region. For instance, if this is the ecoregional map, this ecoregional map is also a click map. So you click on one of these zones, and guess what? You would get that ecoregional wheel. Excuse me, you would get the commodity wheel of 130 categories. If you click on another region, you would get another wheel, but with different posts exclusively for that ecoregion. If you click on another one, you get those exclusive posts in somewhere in Brazil. The same would occur in Chile, or South Africa, or Central Africa, or the Mediterranean, or in Scandinavia, India, Australia, Russia, Central Asia, East Asia, even New Guinea, Papua New Guinea. So the point is, the same wheel, the same rubric is used to categorize and facilitate a virtual community of participation about a real community place. And anyway, in their ecoregion or globally, this is what users can do. Users can post as producers or as consumers about the current sustainable materials available now. They can also post about future goals or business incubation desired in a particular region, in a particular commodity category. Or they can post about tradable wastes per category in order to remove waste from being dumped into the local or global commons of the air, water, or earth. All users can view all regions for ideas for linking sustainable materials and waste in a circular economy. And that allows everyone to learn faster. Everyone learns faster because of this. And this in turn drives worldwide usage of the CEM platform, as well as interchanging of ideas for material sustainability much faster than simply working on one region at a time without comparison to other regions. Moving forward with the CEM platform, where is it going to go? The CEM platform will use comprehensive analytics and big data to quickly gather knowledge on producer markets and consumer preferences in sustainable materials in each specific region of the world in one platform. The CEM platform will optimize its operational efficiency by using blockchain technology to conduct smart contracts and transactions in the next prototype. This is the last slide, summarizes where we have been. We have instant access, we can have global reach, and effective commodity management for the entire world, integrating people with their mobile phones. There's the ecoregional map, there's the mobile phones, there's how you reach the SDG goals through the mobile phones. That reaches all people, this reaches all regions, and reaches all material categories using commodity ecology, and that aids a clean, circular economy everywhere, and that aids all of the SDG goals. And thank you very much. Thank you very much.